This is never before attempted at the old OK Corral. Against that net, and they just kind of can't get that nose through it. That's been bent and straightened 3 or 4 or 5 times.
Oh my God, stop it!
Never know how this old gunfight's going to work out. Okay, today I'm getting ready to stack hay in this old hay barn. I have to do 2 things. I have to level it out a little bit so the hay sits in there better than when I built it. And also I want to put tarp and a net on the back. The moose have become way more domesticated around here, and I've got to wall this whole thing off with tarp or netting so that the moose don't hang out here and eat hay and be around this area. They get belligerent, and my grandkids live here. Having belligerent moose is a bad deal. This spring we had a fellow, great friend of ours, Dale Corman, got killed by a moose. A lot of stuff to do, so I'm gonna just kind of clean up, tidy up, level up this hay barn, start stuffing hay in it. I'm just gonna go at it. It's gonna be mishmash. Hang on, do the best you can to follow me. That's all I can promise. First thing I gotta do here is change the bucket. I gotta put the wider bucket on it.
That just came out of nowhere.
Is that right?
How'd you know that was there?
Something pipe like this if you're not careful. Because they'll just flip and, you know, you close in on it and wham! And you just kill somebody. Boom! Just done. So super, maybe next to moose, pipe is the next worst killer in Alaska. You just stack a pipe, rolls down on people, just presses their legs, kills them, rolls over them, falls on them. Looks like Ivan took back his impact wrench, so I'm stuck with the old Armstrong method here. Of course, came with kind of a wedge. Somebody lost the wedge, and before we had it, they just took this piece of round bar and made it work sort of for a wedge. So that's what we use now. The thing drives it up in there between that ear and then tightens it up. So that's how this bucket stays on. Form a quick connect. In the old days, you had to take a pin out to get the bucket out. Then they made this quick connect. Now Ivan's new excavator has a totally automatic pin grabber, so hell, it's a pretty groovy setup. Okay, now I'm gonna go in there, start digging. So, as you can see, life in Alaska is a constantly shifting bunch of sands in my world, and so I'm here in this old hay barn. You might have seen me build some episodes ago on Discovery. While it worked good for a while, it has had its problems. One is it's on a hill and I can't quite stack 3 layers of hay in on this end. The other end I can. And so what I'm doing now is kind of trying to try stair-stepping it and flattening it out. Another thing that's occurred over time has been the moose like to come here in the winter and eat the hay. It becomes dangerous for my grandchildren and Eve's mother and stuff. So I'm going to try to side it. The idea of a pole barn is to get as much wind and the hay stays as dry as possible. So normally you don't want to put sides on a good hay barn because it really helps the hay to dry to get the wind in it. But one idea is to put netting on it, a herring mesh, really strong stuff. So right now what I'm doing is I leveled out that bay here last year. Now I'm leveling this one out, going to kind of just level it out to some a little bit. I'm going to go get a few guardrail pieces and put them right in here so that it holds this dirt back. Maybe put a couple, 3 layers of guardrail in here. That way I can effectively stack the hay in this part of the barn. I'm going to try to utilize the barn better than it's been. So I should be able to put 21 bales, 3 layers. I think I put about 65 bales in one of these bays. So I could put at least 120 bales just in this part of the barn. So I could put 1/3 of my winter hay in here, and that's a huge, huge improvement. Yeah, well, I could put 3 rows. This thing is 14 feet wide. We got 4-foot bales, so we can put 3 rows. Sometimes I stack a 4th row out front and drop a tarp down, protect it. That can work. But my goal right now today is to level it out, put some guardrail pieces in here, put a couple of guardrail pieces in there so it'll hold the bank. Put a net and a tarp up there, drop it down so the moose cannot. So that's done. That's got to get done because the hay is going to be up against that pole and stuff. And then hopefully before the moose get here, we'll wrap it with netting. So you got to do this while you can, do that while you can, and kind of keep moving forwards. Yeah, you want to see that? That's one of the first episodes we did right there, is me climbing that tree.
I'm good.
Life on this remote Alaskan homestead keeps you young. So for Otto, at the age of 58, climbing dangerously high up a tree without safety gear is child's play.
Don't seem as tall today as it did back then, does it? Sure had fun. Didn't really think it was going to happen. Somebody asked about the beetle kill, and I said, well, that tree there didn't die. The bottom was green, the top was dead. And he said, why don't you cut that down? And I said, you don't want to cut down a tree. It's half alive. Come on. You got to have some respect. And he said, well, the top's dead. I said, well, then I'll just go cut the top down. Said, you going to do that? And I said, yeah, I'm going to do that. And they said, you're going to do that? How would you do that? I said, climb up there and saw it down. And the producer's like, no way, you would do that? And I said, yeah. He said, when you going to do it? And I said, maybe tomorrow. He said, how about noon? I went, yeah, okay, let's do it at noon. More or less as a joke. So about 10 o'clock, daggone man lift shows up here, and all these GoPros show up, and the whole film crew is all around here. And I go, what are you doing? He goes, we're going to watch you cut the tree down. I'm like, oh, I was just kind of kidding. So that kind of is how it all started.
The spruce has been successfully topped, but only time will tell if the granddaddy tree will survive for future Kilcher generation.
I love doing stuff. I love the adventure, as you know. I think of crazy things to do, and all of a sudden people want to participate. We don't really need to attach it because the weight of the dirt will just hold it in there. I'll push a little bit dirt in here, then I'll put another one on top of it, maybe 3. Might have to go get another one. I put a little dirt there, but put a little dirt here. Then just keep kind of leveling and fiddling and farting until I think it's good enough to store a hay bale. Since I've got to dig a ditch over there for the water, so it doesn't run into the haystack. I try to do this all without tearing the damn barn apart, right? Whoa! Don't want to do that. Don't want to do that either. If I hit the roof, it's your fault. You know why? Because you're the new guy.
Okay. Let's not hit the roof then.
Nope. Whoa!
You hit the top.
I hit.
Yep.
Did I break anything?
No, you're good.
Dang.
Oh yeah.
like that's good enough to stack hay into, to me.
Do you think it's a little high here compared to there?
Think it's too higher?
Right here is a little bit higher.
Well,
Unless you plan
maybe,
on...
but it's gonna settle, you know, it'll pack. I don't know, I think it'll pack. I think it'll settle about yay much at least. Pretty loose. That won't go down at all. You know, I'm just eyeballing the top log, bottom. It looks pretty level. That back beam ain't level. That back pole is at an angle with the slope.
Let's
If
see.
you're looking at the top beam, I think we're pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. All right. Putting up the net.
Oh man, yeah. We're starting to put this net up to keep the moose from getting in the backside of the haystack, and also to keep the tarp that we're going to put up there from flapping in the wind so badly. Basically, if the little net webbing, the moose just kind of comes up to it, and they got that big long nose. It just kind of goes up there against that net, and they just kind of can't get that nose through it, and they can't quite bite at it, and they don't know what to do, and they stand there for a day or two looking at it, nosing around, and then take off and go away. And if it's a blue tarp, they grab that, and somehow they don't respect the blue tarp, but friggin' that herring seine just confuses the crap out of them. It's right there, but they can't get it, and it like stupefies them. They imagine looking stupider than the moose. I mean, it's like, you ever seen a little campground or something called the stupid moose? There's the hungry moose, the mangy moose, the stupid moose. Oh well. Hey, yeah, let's throw a little time lapse on this for a minute. It could be kind of fun. Okay, got the tarp in there, and the net is to keep the moose out, and to keep the moose out of the hay and the tarp. And so now the tarp is to keep any eaves, water coming down from the eaves from getting in the hay and rotting it. So I've got some really good hay this year. I want to keep it good. Next thing we're going to do is start putting hay in there. Yeah! And so what we got to do is put this double spear I built onto the skid steer. And then when it's on, I'm going to straighten these two weld-on spears. These weld-on spears, I bent them earlier, so I'm going to take the excavator, push them down so they're a little better. Then I'm going to start grabbing these hay bales and stuffing them in the barn, and my friend Jacob's going to kind of help hold the tarp down, and we'll get a few bales in there, and we'll feel like we had a good day. After that, the next thing you're going to see is probably this whole damn barn filling right all the way up. Hopefully one bay ought to hold about 50, 55 bales. If I put a fourth row in there, that would be, you know, that'd be about, whatever that is, right?
50 to 65,
you know,
right?
Almost 70 bales. One bay could hold damn near 70 bales, so theoretically, if I cleaned everything out of this place, I could hold half of my winter's hay here.
It's only half? What?
Yeah.
Where do you keep the rest of it?
Just out. I leave them out under trees. It keeps pretty good.
Oh,
I don't
under the
lose
trees.
much value if I put them under trees.
And you use the ones under trees first, and you have this for the end of
Yeah.
winter? That's pretty cool.
Okay, I gotta straighten these spears out real quick. Ah, I broke it. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh well, I'll have to weld it. I was suspicious. That's been bent and straightened 3 or 4 or 5 times, you know.
That thing's not straight. Take that to the machine shop.
Yeah. So, oh.
I totally caught that too. What'd you do?
Dr. Pepper. I guess that's one way to spear your drink.
That spear definitely needs a doctor, that's for sure. Just not that doctor.
Doctor! Just a misfit bale. Yeah, I can stuff it somewhere, but it's not going to make a good bale to go on the bottom. A lot of these bales are tapered and kind of a little weird. It's got more hay on one side than the other. When you get up 3 layers, it's going to make them wobbly. They won't stack right. So, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hay bales in the barn. Well, it's a good start.
So I'll hook up the gooseneck and go grab 16 more?
Yeah, we just might. We just might.
I got the energy if you're down.
Okay.
We got plenty of sun too.
Okay. That sounds like a combination for a winning thing. Looks like I get 7 on a row here.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Flip that bale over.
Yeah.
I can put about 20, 18 to 22 on my gooseneck, depending. And if we got that, it would make a hell of a dent, don't you think?
Shifty, eh? Flawlessly done.
I'll pick this post up, pick this barn roof up, try to get it all level. This post has sunk from the heavy snow load, shoved it in the ground. So we got to weld a footer to the bottom of the pipe, pick it up, put the footer on there, cover it back up with dirt so we can use the rest of the hay barn. So I got to put the bucket on the excavator, clear out here, dig a ditch, go down there, weld a chunk of guardrail to it, which we got to go find, and Dave's going to cut out and weld up for me, and then go down there and attach it and take care of one more project on the homestead. So stay tuned.
Now this thing, it weighs about 500 pounds. They hired me to come pick it up and put things down because that's my job.
All right.
All right,
Looks
Dave,
heavy.
where am I putting it?
Down sawhorses and welding table.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm really just hired to pick things up and put them down. So that's the only thing I'm really good here on this homestead to do. So I'm gonna go back to my hut and I'll be back in a week when you need me, Dave.
All right. We'll cut this in half. Cut a U out of each piece. Put it together. We'll put it around that pipe so it stops sinking into the ground.
Easy enough.
Yeah, simple enough.
Step 2.
I think I'm just gonna put it like this. I'm not gonna overlap it. I'm just gonna cut that piece out of here. Little piece. Put it around that pipe. Okay, that's about the center. I'm gonna cut this one.
Well, this looks pretty good, Dave. Wouldn't you say?
I hope it looks good.
You want to test it?
Right. Okay. I don't want it to be too. Yeah. I don't want it to be too big.
That's what she said.
That's what she.
All right, Dave. You're done. You're done, right?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right. Well, you called me for my hut. I hope you picked things up and put them down, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
All right. So we're taking these, right?
Taking those.
Oh my God, it's hot, Dave. What the heck? Dude, it's like boiling through my glove.
I told you it was hot.
Ugh. Ugh. All right. So we're gonna go to the hay barn and finish up, right, Dave?
Yeah.
Let's see if this little baby will start. Which bucket should I use? The little one or the big one, Dave?
Little one.
I agree.
Definitely the little.
Well, if I use the big one, it's got a nice flat blade on it, you see.
We don't have to dig that. I mean, how deep is it gonna go? I mean, how?
Well, that's right. We're only gonna. Well, we could put it on this way or this way, can't we? Don't matter which way
Doesn't
it
matter
goes
which
on.
way. It's up to you.
Okay, we're gonna use a little bucket then. Fire in the hole!
Yeah.
Right? Okay, see if we start today.
Starts right up, of course.
Well, it seemed like these pipes were about 16 feet long. They cut them in half. You want to see how long? See that orange line?
Yeah.
Wondering if
That
that
was the
line was
ground line?
ground level. Okay.
That's 151, 12 and a half feet.
So 12 and a half, there's about 4 more feet below that. So I'm thinking, oh, we'll get that big pipe out of there. Now maybe we'll go down to that level, a little lower than that, so we can weld it on. But right now, I just want to get it established a little ways below frost. Wish we had somebody around here who could lift something heavy. We could grab that piece of pipe. You know? Me and you looking pretty feeble.
Right.
You want to go lift that pipe?
I'm gonna go lift the pipe.
Oh no, yeah, I was gonna give it.
Dave, you're
I
not
was gonna give
giving me my job, Dave?
know.
You're not gonna give me
Give
my
him his
one
job,
my
man.
one job.
My one
Hey,
job.
hey. Damn, man.
Oh, it's too heavy? Don't worry.
It's full of clay.
Fella here wants to pick things up, put things down.
That's my only job.
That's his job, is picking things up, putting them down.
I don't have my gloves.
Oh, poor boy.
It washes off, boy. It don't. It's okay.
See, that pipe right there, see, the other thing was 500 pounds. That thing's about 600 pounds. So.
We're gonna pick it up on this thing a little bit somehow here, if it will. Try to level this out so I can get part of the excavator boom under there for safety. I'm gonna level this out so the skid steer can get
Sit flat.
flat.
More flat. Yeah.
Whoa! That was not good. Oh, okay. This is pretty sketchy. Okay. That's kind of okay. Yeah, I'm gonna jockey them around a little bit. I want to have two things in there for safety. So we might as well get Sven or Ole to go bring the heavy stuff over here, yeah?
We gotta get that guy that lifts
How
things.
about Jacob? Should we get the guardrails and throw them in there?
Sure. Someone must have really stole my gloves. They're hiding them from me. All right, Otto, what's the plan?
Right here. Notch that way. There we go.
And the other?
I'm just gonna put a little bit of this in there. It'll compress. Probably gonna have to pick it up a little extra high. What do you think?
Oh yeah, it's not near up high enough yet.
Okay, let me put a little bit of dirt along here. This is never before attempted at the old OK Corral, so never know how this old gunfight's gonna work out. Well, let's get on with the show here. You know, I suppose we ought to get everything ready, like the welder and everything, because once we go up, we got to hold it there while you weld. That'll be hard to do. What's going to happen is, hopefully you can weld the two corners up here. They're easy to weld. And then you can have me pick it up extra high.
Well,
And
while
it's sagging, and keep it from, that might work, huh?
Okay, yeah.
So we got no real reference here. You know what we could do is we could put a board up here or something. I mean, how can we gauge this? So
All
Dave,
depends on what you look at. Yeah, that's almost to the.
I don't know how long this will hold it, but you know, it's not gonna fall.
It's not going to kill me.
No. The welder's favorite tool in the ditch is a shovel, right? Does it seem to be going down at all or staying pretty much up there?
Seems like it's staying where it's.
So there won't be much sag, huh?
No, I don't think while it's running, it seems like it's holding good.
Backing out.
Well, how about that?
How about that? Ain't that something?
Only took us about 3 minutes, I'd say. 3 minutes.
Good job, Dave.
And, hey, pick up move guy. Oh,
Me?
you don't do that unless you're on camera?
Yeah, that's part of the contract. Ah. Okay, well, I'm just gonna fill this thing up and call it good. Move on to mowing grass or something. Oh yeah, he did the hard work.
Whew! Jeez,
Oh, way to go.
about 10 minutes we got that hole filled up.
Oh man, thanks for the help, Jake.
you're
Dave,
welcome.
thanks for the help.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I got another job done. Hay barn is saved. We get that fertilizer out of there, put it in the grass. Gonna come in here and fill this bay up with bales next. Poof! Then we're moving on to another project. Time to go bale the homestead.
Yeah.
Quit raining. We got a week worth of good weather. Got to go hook the mower up and go. So, see you later. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Tune in, man. Tune in. And if you got any comments, let me know. You need to work out a little bit, throw some hay bales, let me know. You know how to weld. Dave probably needs a break. hey, you never can tell, you know. You might be the man for this job. Stay tuned.